all come in pre-installed in your blocks. Okay, these gears are super tough, as you've seen. We're going to turn around and take this and just snap it in place. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, that's really nice. All 4 holes are lining up perfect on both sides. Once again, a line takes the time with all their tooling to make sure that everything lines up. And it is definitely important that the quality of what we do here to provide you with the highest quality kit, to make sure that everything lines up. Okay, no mismarked parts. Everything basically falls into place. So we're going to get this in, and I'm just going to put these in just so they touch. Okay, just so they touch. I'll just run these in for now. This is going to help us with our alignment. Now we have these longer bolts up front for our servo tray. Okay. These I will put a little dab of Loctite when I run them down. Okay. And these I'm going to snug up. Okay. Get this flipped over. Go ahead and tighten these up. Now we're going to check our main shaft. I'm going to start tightening those bearing blocks. I'm going to get these bolts in here. These 2 right here, a little dab of Loctite. Okay, snug them up. Beautiful. So both our lower halves are tight here, okay? I'm going to go ahead and add these 4 more to the back of the tail case before we do anything with the main shaft. Okay, great. So now, main shifts is a perfect alignment. I'm not dragging it all, right in and out all the bearings. Okay, this is key. That's it. You can't ask for a better alignment than that. Basically almost built in my lap. So what we're going to do is leave the main shaft in. Okay, snug this up. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to come down here. Snug this one up, all right? And I'm going to come back up top. And it's just a personal preference of a cross pattern. when I tighten this up. Okay, at this point, this one's snug. I'm going to snug that one up. Then we'll come up to this one. Okay, snug that up. I'll give it a check. Okay, that's good. And of course, after the first flight, you know, we'll put a wrench on everything, check every bolt. Typically, I don't find anything loose. The machine's just silky smooth, and then this side, snug. Okay. Okay, that tells me, that little crack tells me we are tight enough. That shoulder and that bolt grabbing the carbon, and we're seated. Okay. So there we go. Perfect. Straight down. Perfect. There we go. So there it is. Frame set's built up. Right in front of your eyes. Smooth. Everything lines up. High quality parts. Low part count. It's key to everything. Keeps the machine light. We're going to keep continue on. At this point right now, we're going to drop the motor in. So I have the motor right here. So what I've gone ahead and done is installed my motor mount. When I drop the motor in, I have my wires off to the right. It's a personal preference. I just have the pinion here on loose. We have this shim. I'm going to put right on the shaft. Okay. And what I'm going to do at this point is turn the machine upside down. And what I'm going to show you here is how we're just going to carefully hold the wires back up and press the motor mount right in. Now this shaft on this motor, okay, is longer, okay, than you would typically see in our 800 motor. The 490 kV motor on the Dominator, excuse me, 850 series motor has a very long shaft. This motor can be used in any helicopter brand. It's exclusive to the 800 Pro DFC. Great upgrade power-wise. Tons of torque. 2150 head speed with the 13th tooth pinion on a 110 main gear in your 700 DFC will provide you with unbelievable amounts of torque and power in that setup. Run with the Castle 160. All right. In the 800, we provide this motor now with the gearing along with a Castle 160. So what I'm going to do is just get the motor mount into place. Okay. Again, Align provides you with new style bolts that actually fit through the side plate of the support. I'm just going to put a little bit of Loctite on them. Okay. And get these lined up for us. And what will also happen here is that when these go in, the way Align has machined them so tight, it's going to self-align this motor. All right, so you don't have to worry about if the motor's tilting in any way. When you see the tolerances are very, very tight, and it helps keep the motor squared up perfectly in the frame set. Great, nice, snug, perfect. So here we have this frame set, our 800, our 850 MX motor installed. Okay, Dominator series from Align. Okay, 490 kV. Our new exclusive side mounting with our new bolting system. Okay, what I've also done here is I'm going to try and give you a nice close-in view. Is right in here. The pinion is in. It is loose right now. Okay, everything's got Loctite on it, which will be fine once I get the main gear in. I'll set the height, and we'll keep going. Like again, with the main gear and pinion, it's very important to keep the main gear and the pinion flush. You don't want the pinion riding on the bearing. That's why we've also included the shim now to help with that whole setup there. Okay, so Take the main shaft out. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to jump a little ahead here, okay? And we're going to put on the new skids. I like to keep the machine up off the ground. It's a little easier to work on, move it around. Now, the line has always turned around and done something different. And these new skids, I like to call them side force generators. We're going to get these bolted on, and they are cool. Snug these boys up. If you hang the helicopter over the bench a little, as I'm doing here, kind of helps you get the skids on, whether they're conventional or our new style skids. Now the other thing I need to do is these spacers here, I need to have their bolts put into them. Okay, now we're talking. There we go. There's the new aligned landing gear installed, ready to go on our Dfc Pro frame set here. Okay, pulled the main gear out of the box. We're gonna want to set this all up in here, get this set up before I move ahead and do my servos. So what I've gone ahead and done is separate pull the crown gear off the bottom, gently pulled the sleeve up a little bit inside the auto gear here. Okay, so you pull crown gear off, push the sleeve up so it doesn't all the way come out, and use the silicone grease. Get it inside the bearings really well in there, in the sprog bearing. Pack it in, slide the sleeve back down, okay, and put the whole unit back together. I've slipped in the nut, and that'll be the lubrication needed to keep this auto gear really good. I don't suggest anything but either a high quality silicone grease that we give you, or if you have your favorite type of silicone grease that you like, should be using type of the sprog bearing, ATF, break free. Okay, pull the main gear out of the box. We're gonna want to set this all up in here, get this set up before I move ahead and do my servos. So what I've gone ahead and done is separate pull the crown gear off the bottom, gently pulled the sleeve up a little bit inside the auto gear here. Okay, so you pull crown gear off, push the sleeve up so it doesn't all the way come out, and use the silicone grease. Get it inside the bearings really well in there, in the sprog bearing. Pack it in, slide the sleeve back down, okay, and put the whole unit back together. I've slipped in the nut, and that'll be the lubrication needed to keep this auto gear really good. I don't suggest anything but either a high quality silicone grease that we give you, or if you have your favorite type of silicone grease that you like, should be using type of the sprog bearing, ATF, break free. They're all oils. They will break down the bonding agent that you use to bond the sleeve, the steel sleeve, to the aluminum housing over time, okay? So the best bet is always keep it greased. Part of your maintenance program is to pull the unit apart, grease it, keep it greased, because this is one of those items that is always under a load, always. So we're gonna go ahead and get this slipped in and continue on with the build.